criminals can't profit from entertainment based off their crimes, including songs about the crimes. In theory, he would be required to now pay back every penny earned from the song if it can be proven to be about a crime he actually committed. I mean, it's pretty obvious that he done this, right?
They accused her of giving him herpes when he...
She's talking about Sexyy Red, the trap tramp, homie hopping, bitch from somewhere in the ghetto, has burned our hero, Mr. Wipe Me Down, boozy badass, and he has taken to social media to make it clear she didn't have an outbreak at the time. Just listen to this.
If you fuck somebody that got this shit, while they having an outbreak, then you can contract it. But if you don't, you won't contract it.
But Sexyy Red has the best comeback in history. She just tells him he is too weak for the P.
You gotta be strong for that north side P. It's not the weak. They accused her of giving him herpes when he...
She's talking about Sexyy Red, the trap tramp, homie hopping, bitch from somewhere in the ghetto, has burned our hero, Mr. Wipe Me Down, boozy badass, and he has taken to social media to make it clear she didn't have an outbreak at the time. Just listen to this.
If you fuck somebody that got this shit, while they having an outbreak, then you can contract it. But if you don't, you won't contract it.
But Sexyy Red has the best comeback in history. She just tells him he is too weak for the P.
You gotta be strong for that north side P. It's not the weak.
No, dog, he just was hit. It's trauma. I said, nigga, he pissed and shit on himself. He dead.
This is Gene Dill, and he was head of security for Puff and Biggie the night Big got murdered. Listen as he describes what took place that night.
Next thing you know, you hear saying, pow, pop, 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 pop. Say they shooting at Big. Only one person ducked, and that was Puff. We pulled him out the car. I dropped his leg, man. Somebody said, Gene, what you doing? And I just grabbed him. And we put him up on that damn stretcher. Yo, Gene, what's wrong? I said, that nigga dead.
Rape this nigga. They raped this nigga. Videotape.
Justin Bieber has broke the silence about his history of mistreatment in the music industry. He had a lot to say in an interview with The Breakfast Club this week. He has a pending lawsuit against Bad Boy Records for the rights to a lot of his music. He says Diddy and two other men took advantage of his young mind and had him sign contracts he didn't understand at the time. He is talking with prosecutors about criminal charges stemming from alleged sexual assault that took place at the hands of Diddy and the same two men that coerced him into signing the rights to his music away.
They gave him a shitty contract.
He claims he was raped by these same men. You won't believe how long it took to write this entire song from start to finish. It's called Big Dogs, and it's actually an Indian rapper named Hanuman Kind, who wrote this hit that put him on the rap game's radar for the entire world to take notice. He says he knew it was going to be big the first time he played it for anyone, and they went nuts. He said he couldn't believe this because he had other songs that took weeks to write that didn't perform nothing like this one. The rapper claims it only took about 15 minutes to write this hit.
They raped this nigga.
Justin Bieber has broke the silence about his history of mistreatment in the music industry. He had a lot to say in an interview with The Breakfast Club this week. He has a pending lawsuit against Bad Boy Records for the rights to a lot of his music. He says Diddy and two other men took advantage of his young mind and had him sign contracts he didn't understand at the time. He is talking with prosecutors about criminal charges stemming from alleged sexual assault that took place at the hands of Diddy and the same two men that coerced him into signing the rights to his music away. He claims he was raped by these same men.
They raped this nigga. They raped this nigga. Videotape it. Then when he in a meeting...
Chris Brown is lucky to be out on bond again, but still has an important court date coming up in London, just 3 days before he is set to kick off his next tour. He is facing 16 years in prison, and it's not looking good for Chris right now. He is accused of assaulting a music producer in a London nightclub 3 years ago. He allegedly struck the man over the head with a tequila bottle, and then, as the man was attempting to run away, Chris continued to assault him, knocking him down again and causing the man to go to the hospital. after the altercation. You won't believe why 21 Savage missed his Grammy performance. The Atlanta rapper was scheduled to perform at the Grammys, but didn't make it due to an outstanding bit of legal trouble. He was detained by ICE for overstaying his visa by 13 years. But it was something his parents done that he really had no control over because he was only 12 years old at the time. He came to the States with his parents on their work visas. When it was time to return to England, they simply stayed here, making him and his parents fugitives from justice for the last decade. Well, this all caught up to him and caused him to miss out on a Grammy performance while he was detained by ICE in an immigration holding center outside of Atlanta for about 2 weeks. He is currently still fighting the case. Did you know 21 Savage was detained by ICE and missed his Grammy performance?
Rapper 21 Savage speaking out for the first time since his release by ICE. The hip-hop artist who was born in England was...
You heard right. Born in England, not Atlanta like everyone thinks. He was detained by ICE for overstaying his visa by 13 years. But it was something his parents done that he really had no control over because he was only 12 years old at the time. When he came to the States in 2004, his visa ran out in 2005, and his parents simply never went home to England. But this caused him to grow up without a social security number or legal citizenship. This would make it impossible to get a driver's license or even a job. Maybe he won't be deported anytime soon because he is still fighting the case. The moment when rappers knew they made it for real. You can see it on Pharrell Williams' face when the crowd sings his song word for word. He can hardly believe it himself. Like when Roddy Ricch had London going crazy singing for him.
Hey, sing this shit!
Or when XXX fans started singing his song Fuck Love word for word.
Wow.
The moment when rappers knew they made it for real. Like when Roddy Ricch had London going crazy singing for him.
Sing this shit!
Or when XXX fans started singing his song Fuck Love word for word. You can see it on Pharrell Williams' face when the crowd sings his song word for word. He can hardly believe it himself. Iron Mike Tyson is the only undisputed heavyweight champion in boxing history and is pound for pound one of the greatest to ever step foot inside the ring. He is known worldwide for his stellar boxing ability and unique style of leg work he perfected called the peekaboo technique. This style of boxing helped Mike reach unseen heights in a world dominated by men with much longer reach than his own. Mike has another talent that is rarely spoken about, and that is his uncanny ability to crash out on live television. We are about to dive into some of his best, or worst if you will, live television interviews that went south quickly. As we all know, live television is just that, live, and being broadcast as it happens. This means no edits, no rehearsal, just real-time events. Good, bad, and the ugly, it's all seen by everyone watching at home. This first clip is of Mike and Diddy when they both appeared on the Keenan Ivory weigh-ins show back in '98. Diddy can't seem to keep his hands to himself, and Mike lets it be known.
It truly is about the Benjamin, as we see.
Oh yeah, he's literally.
It's chilling.
After removing his hand, Mike repositions himself so he is watching Diddy a little closer and leaves it at that. But this next interviewer wasn't so lucky. Mike was a guest on Joe Budden's podcast and got a little fed up with the way the interview was going and lets Joe know how he feels very quickly.
Mike, you gotta get to the point.
Shut up. Why don't you shut the fuck up? What's that sound? Just go the fuck away. You're gonna have an experience with God.
Yeah.
I'm
What is
God.
It's apparent that Joe is at a loss for words after being spoken to like that. But Joe got off easy compared to the next reporter on the list. Mike was doing an interview on a Toronto news show when the reporter starts asking about Mike's criminal background in relationship to the topic at hand. And Mike shuts him down quickly and lets him know just what he thinks about him as well.
You know you're a convicted rapist. This could hurt his campaign. How would you respond to that? Hey, I don't know who said that. You're the only one I heard say that. You know what I mean? And I don't have no comment to that. You know, because it's negative and you're being negative. And I met the mayor. Right. And nothing they can do about it.
The reporter reminds Mike they're on live, and Mike lets him know he doesn't care. In fact, he even asks the man what's he gonna do about it.
Highs and lows. So interesting that you come across like a nice guy, but you're really a piece of shit. Hey, with that comment. Come on. No, that was a piece of fuck you. That was a piece of shit. You know, we're doing live TV. Man, I don't care. What are you gonna do about it? All right, you got a show that you're doing tonight. We are. You know, a lot of people. We are. Where a show that you're doing tonight. Is it nerve-wracking for you to do something like this, or is it more nervous for you to box? How does it compare? I don't know. It's more nerve-wracking for me to hear us talking to a rat piece of shit like you. Come on, Mike. Not because you're a piece of shit. All right, we're gonna wrap up this interview. Thank you for coming in. Fuck you.
I just can't get over this guy next to Mike and his grin the whole time. He is really enjoying this one. Like he has been wanting to say this his whole life or something. Mike has a way with the ladies too. He has a history of sleeping with female interviewers at one point or another in their career, be it before or after the interview that they met at. Mike doesn't have a problem letting this young lady know just that, and that if she keeps talking, they're gonna have to fornicate.
I like fornicating more than other people. It's just who I am. I sacrificed so much of my life. Can I at least get laid? You know what I mean? I've been robbed of most of my money. Can I at least
that you can win this fight?
Are you talking out of turn?
No, I think we're all talking together.
I normally don't do interviews with women unless I fornicate with them. So you shouldn't talk anymore. Unless you wanna.
Mike never lets us down when we need a good laugh. Like when Mike put Chelsea lately on the spot about the location of her hotel during an interview on her late-night talk show. He left her speechless and the crowd shocked. But I still think Mike is serious.
I'm from New Jersey. You're a different kind of white person. You're not like the rest of us. You're different.
I'm from New Jersey. Didn't you live in New Jersey?
I lived in Jersey. You're from Jersey?
Yeah.
I'm from Jersey at times.
I'm at times.
What part of Jersey are you from?
Livingston. It's a Jewy area.
Yeah, really?
Yeah. Where did you live in New Jersey?
Bernardsville.
Bernardsville, yeah.
Pretty Jewish, too.
Yeah. And then you had a place in Ohio, too, right?
Yeah.
And where do you like living? Do you like LA? Do you like being out here?
It's pretty cool. But...
Do you have a house here or you stay in a hotel?
Oh, I live in a hotel.
I live in a hotel, too, right now.
Where's your hotel?
It's, It's just right around the corner.
I believe Mike forgot he was talking to a 12-year-old little girl when he answered this young girl's question for the younger generation coming into age. In usual Mike fashion, he says some off-the-wall shit.
First time. What type of legacy would you like to leave behind when it's all said and done?
Man, I don't know. I don't believe in the word legacy. I just think that's another word for ego. That's just some word everybody grabbed onto. Now it's used every 5 seconds. It means absolutely nothing to me. I'm just passing through. I'm gonna die, and it's gonna be over. Who cares about legacy after that? What a big ego. So I'm gonna die. I want people to think that I'm this, I'm great. No, we're nothing. We're dead. We're dust. We're absolutely nothing. Our legacy is nothing.
Well, thank you so much for sharing that. That is something that I have not heard before someone say that as an answer.
Can you really imagine somebody say, I want my legacy to be this way when you're dead? You think somebody really wants to think about you? I want people to think about me when I'm gone. Who the fuck cares about me when I'm gone?
But Mike wasn't finished with the men yet. He was doing a show with another reporter and felt like his segment was too short and didn't have a problem letting everyone know what he thought about the interviewer. And once again, it was caught on live television for the world to see.
I would love to spend more time with you. You are an incredible guy. Thank you so much.
Well, what the hell did you put me on the show for?
But I put you on the show to get you on to talk about your series. We talked for a long time, actually.
I know, but we talked for a long time off the camera.
The new show, Mike Tyson Mysteries, airs every Monday night at 10:30 p.m.
Thankfully, this one ended with a laugh. Our next reporter wasn't so lucky. Mike got heated and he was forced to cut off the interview for the sake of being live and not knowing what Mike was about to say next.
You take into the ring a lot of rage. Does that work for you or does it work against you at times?
Who cares? We're in a fight anyway. What does it matter?
Well, for example, rage against Evander Holyfield worked against you.
Well, it. It's a fight, so whatever happens, happens.
Mike, why do you have to talk like that?
Well, I'm talking to you the way I want to talk to you. Do you have a problem? Turn off your station.
You know what? I think we'll end the discussion right now.
The interview ends the interviewer attempting to save the station some embarrassment on live television, but not before some parting words from Iron Mike.
Discussion right now.
Then we could.
You got it. Have a nice fight, Mike.
Off.
This next clip shows Mike trying to have a little fun with the host making jokes and showing that not all interactions with Mike end in cussing fits.
But if you just hold me down like that, and this is something you illustrated, if I don't think of the place you're holding me, I'm trying to pull up now, and you're holding me down. Really hold me down. What are you, a panty waist? Hold me down. Now, obviously I can't move, and no human being could. But the 87-year-old founder of Aikido with this world's strongest man holding him like this, you got me? You do, tell the truth, because people believe in you, you're a role model. The founder of Aikido at 87 being held this way could do that. Legit? Dugan, hold tight. Oh, now you're playing for real. Hey-ya! Isn't that remarkable?
I mean, but what is the purpose? Nobody's gonna monkey, nobody's going to do this.
Oh, yeah? Wait.
Mike can joke too. He has never been an actor, as this next clip shows. Mike is trying to say a line for the cable company promoting his match with Peter McNeely on pay-per-view and can't get the line right to save his life. Just watch.
Hi, watch me beat Peter McNeely on American Cablevision.
Vision Cable.
Hi, watch me beat Peter McNeely on Vision Cablevision.
No,
Is she? Hi, I'm Mike Tyson. Watch me beat Peter McNeely on Viacom Cable.
Now, Cablevision.
Hi, I'm Mike Tyson. Watch me beat Peter McNeely. Hi, I'm Mike Tyson. Watch me beat Peter McNeely on Comcast Cablevision.
This last clip is classic Mike Tyson television. He is being interviewed in the ring post-fight and is talking about fighting Lennox Lewis next. But what Mike says is priceless. He actually says he wants to eat his children. I mean, come on, Mike. Even you have to have limits.
There's no one that can match me. My style is impetuous. My defense is impregnable. And I'm just ferocious. I want your heart. I want to eat his children. Praise be to Allah.
Are you saying now, Mike?
That was a little too far, Mike. We hope you enjoyed this look into the wild side of Tyson. Don't forget to subscribe, not to miss out on the next one. Can you believe this is actually Lil Kim? The same Lil Kim from Bad Boy back in the day. The same Lil Kim that used to rock out with Biggie and Puffy back in the 90s. Lil Kim has actually undergone some major plastic surgery since then. She had some self-image issues and went under the knife several times to make herself look more like she thought she should look for the world to love her. But what she failed to see was we all loved her the way she was. She didn't have to change a thing. That's a big problem with Hollywood today. Everyone is too caught up with looks and self-image that they fail to see the beauty we fell in love with to begin with. Finally, the truth has come out about Rick Ross and Diddy. Earlier this week, someone close to the rapper Rick Ross released a photo of the richest rapper in the game and Diddy, the owner and CEO of Bad Boy Records. Bad Boy signed a few of the biggest names in music like Biggie, Craig Mack, Black Rob, and Lil' Kim, to name a few. The photo was taken a couple years ago at a party held at the estate owned by Rick Ross in Georgia. The two got a little close after a car washing session they had together for a charity event thrown by Rick Ross. The two can be seen embracing and lip-locking for a couple seconds too long, if you ask me.
This nigga, they raped this nigga, videotape it. Then
Chris Brown has let the world know what's been going on behind closed doors for years. Everyone knows the monster that exists in the shadows of the music industry now that charges have been brought against Diddy. But do you really see the whole story? Chris Brown says he was pressured into doing things that he would never do if not for being forced by powerful people in the music game. He says he is not the only one that he witnessed being pressured into doing homosexual things with other men for the pleasure of Diddy and a few other men he wouldn't name in this interview. Alongside Chris Brown, Justin Bieber has also come forward with allegations of mistreatment at the hands of Bad Boy Records and its owner Puff Daddy. Justin Bieber has been making music alongside Diddy and Bad Boy Records for at least the past 10 years and has always had a strange relationship with Diddy. The media has always had a strange eye on their relationship. It just seemed a little off at times. Some of the remarks that have been made and some of the ways Justin answers Diddy in public just don't seem right.
You're not ready. Let's slow down. Let's slow down, Justin. Okay. Let's slow down, okay?
One step at a time.
But yeah, the keys is yours when you get 16. You're good to go.
I'm good to go.
Yeah.
All right.
Did you catch the way Diddy licked his lips when he said 16, like a predator? I mean, that shit just looks funny to me. Just look how uncomfortable he is trying to explain why he hasn't called back. He looks scared to death of Diddy.
Starting to act different, huh? You ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out.
Well, I mean, you tried to get in contact with me, through all my, partners and whatnot. Mm-hmm. But you never really got my number, so.
Right. Okay.
My number?
Yeah.
I'll tell you my number.
Yeah.
Like he would rather be anywhere else but right there. When you consider the charges against Diddy today, it really makes you think about situations like this again. Diddy played a major part in the early days of Justin Bieber's career, and had it not been for Diddy, his career might not be what it is today. But is that worth it? I mean, it's like trading your soul for a little fame and money. I mean, it's always been a thing in Hollywood about selling your soul to the devil for being famous in this life. And several artists have come forward with claims of doing just that, selling their souls to the devil for fame and fortune in this life, then to burn in hell forever after this life. I hope to God for the sake of their souls it isn't true. But what if that's just a metaphor for something else? Like something just as bad. Maybe the devil they're referring to is someone like Diddy. Someone powerful and with plenty of ties to make things happen for someone's career and making sure they see success and become famous beyond their wildest dreams. But at a cost. A cost that no one wants to pay for any other reason. I mean, it would be something you would never tell anyone ever. I mean, if I was a straight man and was forced to perform gay acts on another man, I don't think I would ever want anyone to find out. That's most likely the reason why people like Diddy get away with their crimes as long as they do, is because of the embarrassment felt by the victim and their need to keep it a secret. Not telling anyone for so long that it's almost too late when someone does find out. Justin and Chris are the first in a long line of victims I'm sure are yet to come as the days follow. Or maybe they'll be the only ones brave enough to come forward with this stories. Only time will tell. I just hope justice is served in this case for the sake of the victims. Will Smith is another name that's been brought up in these allegations as of late. He is being accused of performing lewd acts with Diddy and several other big names in the music industry, including a well-known music producer we are all very familiar with. It's also been said that his first wife divorced him because she caught him in bed with this music producer. Quincy Jones, as everyone knows, has been in the forefront of these narratives for a while now. He has allegedly been caught more than once in bed with Will Smith. Dwayne Martin is another man Will has been accused of having a gay affair with. Hollywood is full of scandals, but we're talking taking advantage of minors now. That's a serious crime if it is happening. It could all be talk, or it could be some of the serious crimes ever recorded, you decide. This is Street Beef, and this is for entertainment purposes only.
They raped this nigga. They raped this nigga. Videotape it. Then when he in a meeting, they give him a shitty contract. They play the video of him getting by like 3.
Chris Brown wasn't the only victim of Diddy. Justin Bieber suffered abuse at the hands of Diddy.
Right now, he's having 48 hours with Diddy.
That had to be the scariest thing he has ever heard in his life. 48 hours alone with Diddy.
Starting to act different, huh? You ain't been calling me and hanging out.
Just listen to the way he stutters when he tries to answer.
I mean, you try to get in contact with me, through all my, partners and whatnot. Mm-hmm. But you never really got my number, so.
He looks scared to death of Diddy. When you consider the charges against Diddy today, it really makes you think about situations like this again.
They raped this nigga. They raped this nigga. Videotape it. Then when he in a meeting, they give him a shitty contract. They play the video of him getting by like 3 niggas. Rape this nigga. They.
Chris Brown has told the whole world what happened to him at the hands of Diddy and 2 other men. He says Diddy is not the only one with dirty hands. He says there was 3 men involved in what took place. He suffered emotional abuse that he could never recover from at the hands of these men. But that's not the worst part. If that's not bad enough, he put up with this abuse for years and thought he would never get out. That is until someone showed up to help. Someone from the outside. Someone he could trust.
Rape this nigga. They rape this nigga.
Chris Brown has let the cat out of the bag this week on The Breakfast Club. He says Diddy is not the only one with dirty hands. He was assaulted by more than just Diddy when he signed that contract. He says there was 3 men involved in what took place. But that's not the worst part. He was SA'd by these 3 men for 30 minutes, then forced to watch that tape over and over again. If that's not bad enough, he put up with this abuse for years and thought he would never get out. That is until someone showed up to help.
Rape this nigga. They raped this nigga. Videotape it. Then when he in a meeting, they give him a shitty contract. They play the video of him getting by like 3 niggas.
He may be a rat, but he is right about this. Big facts.
No security.
No security. Tries to buy a bike, gets killed. Right? He writes me June 16th saying, be safe, okay? ? Don't let your guard down. Next day he dies, right? Every comment was where was his security, right? Pop Smoke, murdered in LA. Every comment was, where was his security? 6ix9ine has security. He's pussy.
Can you imagine the panic that sets in when the alarm sounds for an earthquake? Then to learn that the seismic activity was man-made. That's exactly what happened to residents in Madrid.
Travis Scott.
Rapper Travis Scott.
But it wasn't an earthquake. It was a Travis Scott concert.
It only measured a 1.5 on the Richter scale. With over 80,000 people in attendance and moshing to Travis Scott's hit song, the concert triggered local earthquake alarms and caused panic across the city.
That ain't stick they finger in my booty. I don't even play that way.
Chris Brown talks about a time that Kanye West wanted to go to the club with
This
him.
artist wanted to go out to the club with us. There's gonna be another artist in there performing, and that artist song was the #1 song in the club. We get in the club. I make sure we got the whole section full of women. The fine girl, the song come on, the whole building erupt. They going crazy. I look over to this person. Oh, not a smirk, not a head nod, nothing. I turn back up. The nigga is on the DJ booth, and the nigga takes the mic. So I'm thinking this artist is about to do some songs. I'm like, he got the itch. Like, man,
I gotta get some of that.
I got main character syndrome. Like, I'm thinking he about to do his songs or do some shit. I'm like, oh, this is crazy. The nigga goes on a 45-minute rant, saying all of everything that about nothing. It's like it's.
These are your favorite rappers' favorite foods. The last one is an old school favorite from way back. We all know Rick Ross loves his lemon pepper chicken wings. So much, in fact, that he bought out Wingstop that he gave to his son for his 16th birthday. Lil Baby claims that's his everyday meal, too, but he gets his from the mall in Atlanta.
West End Mall, I love them. There's a lady in there who I actually call my mom. Definitely my essential. Lemon pepper with mild sauce, both of them together.
Juice WRLD had a thing for pasta, but hold the cheese, please.
Would probably be pasta. I don't like cheese. Cheese is disgusting.
Trippie Redd looks like he would be an aggravating ass little turd.
Make me a fucking bologna, mayonnaise, peanut butter sandwich with pepper jack cheese.
I mean, my granny would have laughed him out of the kitchen. And for you, sir?
Pussy.
Name all 10 of these past rappers. You're a true fan of the culture, if you can. Most of you can't. They get harder.
I took a step without stopping. I kept believing only in your smile.
Name all 10 for a reward.
In a place like this, news you can't see alone.
They raped this nigga. They raped this nigga.
Former bodyguard talks about the kind of women Chris Brown prefers and says he got himself and Chris out of a Diddy party just in time.
He prefers trans ladies because they have stronger hands and stronger jaw muscles.
Chris Brown's former bodyguard spills the beans on his former boss man. He tells what really happened at a Diddy party he attended with Breezy.
1 second he's in a suit, next second he's in a towel, and he's holding hands with two Eastern European.
Chris Brown's story is one of the most dramatic falls from grace in modern pop culture. Once hailed as the next Michael Jackson, a young R&B prodigy with endless potential, Brown's career has been overshadowed by a long, troubling history of violence and accusations. From his infamous 2009 assault on Rihanna, to lawsuits, arrests, and ongoing allegations stretching all the way into 2025, Chris Brown's legacy is defined as much by controversy as it is by music. In this video, we'll walk through the full timeline of Chris Brown's run-ins with the law, accusations of violence, and how it shaped his career and public image. Chris Brown burst onto the scene in 2005 with his debut self-titled album. Hits like Run It made him an overnight superstar. By the time his second album dropped in 2007, featuring the chart-topping single Kiss Kiss, critics were already calling him the king of R&B for his generation. But in February 2009, just one night before the Grammy Awards, everything changed. Brown's public image collapsed after a violent altercation with his then-girlfriend Rihanna. Photos of Rihanna's battered face spread worldwide. Brown was arrested, charged with felony assault, and eventually pled guilty. He was sentenced to 5 years probation, community service, and mandatory domestic violence counseling. Although he continued to release music, the stain of that night never left him. Rihanna herself would later say in interviews that the trauma remained real and could never be simply swept under the rug. 2 years later, while promoting his album FAME on Good Morning America, host Robin Roberts asked Brown about the assault. Instead of calmly answering, Brown stormed off the set and shattered a window in his dressing room. That outburst reminded the world that his anger issues were far from resolved. From this point on, allegations seemed to follow Chris Brown almost yearly. In February 2012, in Miami, a woman accused Brown of stealing her phone. After she tried to snap a picture of him outside a club, she filed a police report for robbery. In June 2012, Brown got into a nightclub brawl with rapper Drake in New York City. 8 people were injured, including NBA star Tony Parker. In January 2013, he allegedly punched Frank Ocean in a fight over a parking space. Osho chose not to press charges. In June 2013, a woman accused Brown of shoving her to the ground at a club in Orange County, claiming she needed knee surgery. In October 2013, Brown was arrested in Washington, D.C. for felony assault after breaking a man's nose. He spent 36 hours in jail before the charge was reduced to a misdemeanor. In 2014, Brown entered rehab for anger management, but was kicked out for violent behavior, including smashing his mother's car window. He was later diagnosed with bipolar disorder and PTSD. In September 2015, during a video shoot in Colorado, a woman claimed Brown forcibly removed her from his tour bus and broke her phone. She filed a report for third-degree assault. In January 2016, a woman in Las Vegas accused Brown of punching her in the face at a private party. Police decided not to press charges. In May 2016, Brown's former manager Mike G accused him of a brutal assault. His tour manager, Nancy Gosh, later claimed Brown threatened her too. In August 2016, Brown was arrested in Los Angeles after a woman claimed he threatened her with a gun. Police surrounded his home during a tense standoff. By this point, the pattern was clear. Chris Brown was no longer just a troubled star. He was a magnet for violent incidents. The accusations did not stop. In 2017, actress and model Karrueche Tran, Brown's ex, filed for a restraining order, claiming he had physically abused her. A judge later granted the order. In 2018, a woman sued Brown for sexual battery and assault, alleging she was attacked at his home. The case was settled privately. In 2019, in Paris, Brown was detained after another woman accused him of aggravated rape. He denied the allegations and later sued her for defamation when the investigation was dropped. Even as Brown continued touring and releasing music, accusations and lawsuits kept coming. In 2021, his housekeeper filed a lawsuit claiming his dog viciously attacked her sister. Later that year, police were called after a woman claimed she was hit in the back of the head at his home. In 2022, a woman filed a $20 million lawsuit accusing Brown of drugging and raping her on a yacht. The case was dismissed, but the allegation drew massive headlines. In 2023, Brown was sued after allegedly assaulting music producer Abe Dio in a London nightclub with crushing blows and in 2024, 4 concertgoers filed a $50 million lawsuit against Brown and his entourage for violent assault backstage. A staff member also sued for $15 million, claiming he was injured while trying to protect them. In May 2025, Chris Brown was arrested again in Manchester, England, accused of grievous bodily harm in connection to the nightclub bottle incident from 2023. He pleaded not guilty and is scheduled to face trial in 2026. And if that wasn't enough, Brown has launched a massive $500 million lawsuit against Warner Brothers Discovery. He claims their History of Violence documentary about him was defamatory and filled with false allegations over the last 16 years. Chris Brown's name has been tied to a staggering number of violent incidents, lawsuits, and accusations. Some cases were dropped, others settled, and some still pending. But the consistent theme is impossible to ignore. Chris Brown's public life has been defined by allegations of abuse, anger, and violence, particularly toward women. Despite this, his music career has survived. He still sells out shows, still charts hits, and still has a dedicated fan base. But his reputation will forever be clouded. For many, he is a cautionary tale, proof that talent and fame don't erase accountability. This has been the full timeline of Chris Brown's long history of violence and allegations, stretching from 2009 all the way to 2025. What do you think? Has Chris Brown been unfairly targeted? Or has his repeated behavior proven he hasn't changed? Let us know in the comments. And if you found this video informative, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss future deep dives into the untold stories of music and culture.
They raped this nigga.
Chris Brown says Diddy is not the aggressor like everyone thinks. In fact, Chris Brown says Diddy turned him down the first time.
I like this too. I don't like this light-skinned nigga over here. This little nigga over here. Fuck that.
But in reality, Chris Brown was underage and Diddy knew better.
And you 12 years old.
When Chris returned, things wouldn't go so smoothly for him.
My finger up his left.
What was that? Did he just say his finger up his...
My finger up his left.
Wow. Former bodyguard talks about the kind of women Chris Brown prefers.
He prefers trans ladies because they have stronger hands and stronger jaws.
And says he got himself and Chris out of a Diddy party just in time.
1 second he's in a suit, next second he's in a towel. By the grace of the good Lord, I was able to remove myself and my principal from
This nigga, they raped this nigga. Video.
Today, we're diving deep into one of the most debated topics in hip-hop right now, ... Drake. And is he really a culture vulture? Or is he just the most versatile artist of our generation? From the suburbs and Degrassi to the rapper we all know sitting at the Grammys. From private school in Toronto to claiming the streets and clubs with chart topper after chart topper, Drake's story is wild, and we're about to break it down. First things first, Aubrey Drake Graham was born October 24th, 1986 in Toronto, Canada. His mom, Sandy Graham, was a white Jewish woman who raised Drake pretty much on her own. His father, Dennis Graham, was a drummer from Memphis, Tennessee, but wasn't always around. So Drake's childhood was split between two very different worlds growing up. Now let us be real, Drake wasn't exactly trying to survive in the trenches of Compton. He went to Forest Hill Collegiate Institute, a private school in Toronto. He's admitted himself. He was that kid rocking clean sneakers and a uniform to school, not streetwear and Jordans. His mom raised him in an apartment in one of Toronto's more middle-class neighborhoods. Not the hood, not the block. But here's the twist. Before he ever picked up a mic, Drake was already a star. Just not in music. Y'all remember Degrassi? The Next Generation? Yeah, that teen drama? Drake played Jimmy Brooks, the kid who ended up in a wheelchair after a school shooting storyline. That role made him a household name in Canada. But ask yourself how many rappers start their careers on TV playing high school basketball players. Drake's come-up was never the traditional rap struggle story. No block hustle, no corner ciphers. He was literally cashing child star paychecks before ever trying to drop a mixtape. By the mid-2000s, though, Drake had a new dream. Hip-hop. He started dropping mixtapes like Room for Improvement and Comeback Season. But it was so far gone in 2009 that changed everything. That project gave us Best I Ever Had and caught the attention of Lil Wayne. Wayne flew Drake out, and the rest is history. Young Money put him on, and suddenly, Aubrey from Toronto became Drake, the superstar rapper. Now, here's where the debate starts. Drake is known for borrowing flows, slang, and even entire genres. One year, he's rapping like he's from Houston. The next, he's rocking UK grime cadences. Then, it's Caribbean dancehall vibes. Afro beats, New Orleans bounce, ... you name it. Drake's done it! And done it better than most before him! Which is what seems to be the problem, or the start of the problem at least. Critics say this is textbook culture vulture behavior. Taking sounds from different communities and repackaging them for mainstream success without living those cultures firsthand. And let's not forget, the man went from private school in Toronto to claiming mob ties and calling himself Six God. Some people look at that and say, this dude is for sure a classic culture vulture. But is that what he is doing? I mean, doesn't almost everyone do that in one form or another? But here's the other angle. Maybe Drake isn't stealing. Maybe he's bridging cultures. Every time he jumps on a drill, rapper's beat, a new dancehall rhythm, or even an Afrobeats track with the latest trap star. He is shining a global spotlight on those artists for the world to take notice. Artists like Skepta, and Popcaan saw huge boosts after collaborating with Drake. But no one accused him of anything in those instances. So is he exploiting? Or elevating? That's the question. Drake's career is also about image. Remember, this is the same dude who started from the bottom, even though his bottom was more like suburban Toronto and private school than the projects. He carefully crafted this persona of being both the ladies' man and the street-certified rapper. But where is he certified from? Look, where he came up from. Kinda seems more like started from the top and trying to convince people he's from the bottom. But at the same time, let's give him credit. He's dominated for over a decade. Most rappers flame out in 3 to 5 years. Drake, still at the top. He's got diamond singles, multiple Grammys, Billboard records that even legends can't touch. Culture vulture or not, you can't deny the numbers. So what's the final verdict? Is Drake a culture vulture? A suburban kid from Toronto who studied rap culture from the outside and jumped in when it was most profitable for him? Or is he a musical chameleon? Someone who adapts, blends, and pushes new artists and hip-hop in general into the global spotlight for a part of the world that otherwise would have never noticed it at all? Either way, Drake's story is one of the most unique in rap history, from private school and DEGRASSI ... to Young Money and the world stage. Nobody has done it quite like Drake and not been hated on for doing it so well. But I want to hear what you think. Drop a comment. Is Drake keeping it real? Or just playing the culture for clout? And if so, why is he the only one being called out for it? Because he is so successful at it. This is Street Beef, your home for real rap news and raw debate. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you never miss when we drop heat. Catch y'all on the next one.
Remember when this guy went viral for rushing the stage at a Drake concert? His sudden appearance in the middle of the show caught Drake off guard. Security finally catches on and removes the guy. But when I asked AI to recreate this video for me using a 17-year-old female fan instead, you won't believe what it generated. It's obviously familiar with Drake's habits. In the AI version, Drake puts the young lady in the headlock and begins dragging her off stage. Even ChatGPT thinks Drake is a chomo. You won't believe the way Drake crashed out in front of fans at his show in Sydney. Recently, videos of fans in large mosh pits at Kendrick Lamar's shows in the UK have been going crazy online. He wanted to try it himself, but being Drizzy, he wanted to take it a step further. He actually wanted to be in the pit, too.
Bro, your security guards are crazy, man!
However, you can't have your security guards escort you in a mosh pit. Let's just say fans were a little disappointed at the way Drake was attempting this, even hitting him with drink bottles when he got back on stage to continue the show, and fans are even saying it was one of the worst Drake shows ever and demanding their money back because they sang the songs themselves while Drake listened and directed.
Drake's private jet is a death trap, according to rapper Rick Ross.
And that old ass jet you got, they gave it to you free. That's a 1978. Be safe on that, Drizzy. Be safe on that plane. That old motherfucker, God.
He says it was a gift from promoters and is an unsafe 1978 model cargo jet that has been fixed up for Drake to tour on. Just listen to this.
I need to pray for Drake and tell him, park that old plane. It's a 1978 cargo jet. People gave it to him free for promo. And I ain't hating, but be safe.
What do you think? Is this just some rap beef, or is Drake going to fall out of the sky any day now?
Ice Spice and MGK have turned the rap game upside down again with a new diss track they leaked this week that they're calling Final Flame. In it, Ice Spice is sending a diss directly at Slim, calling him a washed-up icon and saying he can't hang with today's queens. Ja Rule is joining in to shoot his shots at 50, and you can bet they won't be unanswered. You see, Eminem, 50, Snoop Dogg, and Dr. Dre have been collaborating on a track called Legends Never Die. It should be ready in the next couple days. Meanwhile, the world is left holding its breath as this young generation is talking crazy about some of the greatest to ever touch the mic. I mean, Ice Spice, really?
Kendrick Lamar Duckworth was born June 17, 1987, in Compton, California, one of the toughest places to grow up in America. Surrounded by gang members, violence, and poverty, most kids in his neighborhood don't even dream of making it out. Most don't live to see 18, but young Kendrick had something different, a vision and a voice. At just 8 years old, he witnessed Tupac and Dr. Dre filming the California Love video in his city. That moment lit a fire in him. He started writing rhymes. He filled notebooks with raw lyrics about his reality growing up in gang-invested Compton. Kendrick started out like most rappers, battle rapping against other hungry rappers on the streets of Compton. But Kendrick was different. His rap stood out. He wasn't just battling it out with other rappers, he was telling stories and painting pictures for listeners. He was noticed quite early on. By his teenage years he was releasing mixtapes under the name K-Dot, gaining local buzz for his storytelling ability. His talent stood out. He wasn't just rapping, he was painting pictures of Compton life. That skill caught the attention of Top Dog Entertainment, the indie label that would change his life forever. They signed him and it's been up from there. In 2011, Kendrick dropped Section .80, a project that made the hip-hop world stop and pay attention. Just a year later, he released Good Kid, Mad City, a cinematic album about his upbringing. It went platinum, earning him comparisons to legends like Nas and Tupac. He had made it in the rap game, but wasn't stopping there. He had more to say. But it wasn't just commercial success. Kendrick's music carried weight. With albums like To Pimp a Butterfly and Damn. He tackled racism, faith, depression, and survival. He became the voice of a generation, blending art and activism in a way few rappers had ever done before. Kendrick has won 17 Grammy Awards, a Pulitzer Prize for Damn, which at the time it had never been awarded for music. He performed his hit song Not Like Us, which happened to be a diss track aimed at superstar artist Drake at the Super Bowl halftime show. He went from a kid in Compton watching his idols, to becoming one himself. His journey hasn't been easy, facing survivor's guilt, personal struggles, and the pressure of fame. But through it all, Kendrick Lamar stayed true to his roots. Today, he stands as one of the greatest rappers of all time, proof that no matter where you come from, greatness is possible. This is the rise of Kendrick Lamar.
Drake just got humiliated in court this week. Drake claimed Kendrick's Not Like Us track was defaming him and that his insulting lyrics had to be taken as facts. Well, the judge didn't agree and told Drake for that to happen, all of his lyrics and songs would also be taken as facts. The judge even cited past Supreme Court cases where this has been ruled on, and song lyrics are artist expression, not to be taken as facts or actual events that happened. In other words, Kendrick's lyrics are doing as much to damage Drake's career as anyone else's would. So Karen Drake was just a little taken aback by this and is not happy how his lawsuit is turning thus far. Eminem and 50 Cent have teamed up with Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre and are working on a new project called Legends Never Die, after a diss track from MGK and Ice Spice surfaced this week. Ja Rule has joined in and sent a shot at Eminem. Ice Spice even calling him a washed-up icon and a has-been. I think Ice Spice is really out of her league this time. MGK is calling his new group The Final Flame. But the legends are in Dr. Dre's lab cooking up something that's about to end a few careers early, I'm sure.
They raped this nigga.
Chris Brown finally admits what happened between himself and Diddy. In an interview today with The Breakfast Club, Chris Brown admits that Diddy forced himself on him, and it wasn't just Diddy, it was 3 men who graped him, then forced him to sign a shitty deal with Bad Boy that took him almost a decade to get out of. Just listen to how he was forced to sign it.
They raped this nigga. They raped this nigga. Videotape it. Then when he in the meeting, they give him a shitty contract. They play the video of him getting by like 3 niggas.
Drake's right-hand man talks about the time Drake used a music opportunity to break up an 8-year engagement between artist Naomi Sharon and her longtime boyfriend.
Under the guise you finna get a song with him, he gonna keep you preoccupied while he got your girl on a date. Dude said he woke up his girl not there. She ended up being Drake's girl for a little while.
That's some underhanded shit, and he says this is common practice for Drake. The way he talks, it's something that happened on the regular. Like, come on, Drake, is that okay just because you got a little paper? Why is Drake always wearing a bulletproof vest when he performs? Have you ever noticed that Drake is always wearing body armor when he is on stage? Well, there is a good reason behind this. You see, ever since Drake got into a beef with Kendrick Lamar and a few other artists, he started this habit. According to people close to Drake, he is not going to become another unalived rapper over a couple diss tracks. I mean, with the number of musicians' careers ended too early because of senseless violence.
Drake is dragging Jay-Z into this lawsuit with UMG. He has named Roc Nation in the defamation suit that is ongoing against UMG. Drake's team is claiming that by selecting Kendrick Lamar to perform Not Like Us at the Super Bowl, that they are helping to throw shade at his name in an attempt to sabotage his career. Drake claims that Sony backing out of a $500 million contract is the direct result of recent activities by Roc Nation and UMG. Other names in the lawsuit include Kendrick Lamar and even the NFL for working together against him. According to Drake's team, these people have caused Drake's career to suffer big time. What do you think?
Drake says the best part of the show is when women throw their bras on stage. You know why Drake enjoys this so much? Well, it's not why you think. When the show's over, Drake collects them all. His manager Chubbs has even posted pictures of the bins full of bras Drake has. You see, when Drake encourages the women to toss their undergarments onto the stage, it's actually Drake's own personal form of bragging. The reason for this is simple. You see, Drake is actually a narcissist. This is the biggest tell ever, the need to show off to other men. Drake is an obvious narcissist.
Do you think Drake is still the GOAT? Lots of people are saying he is past his prime. Some are even saying Future already took his crown.
Put a yacht out the coast, yeah. Put a yacht on the coast, yeah. Got crushed the nose, they gang. They ready to.
Others say he never was the GOAT.
'Cause
Or did Kendrick take his crown?
40 acres in the mule, this is bigger than the music.
Some say that beef with Kendrick destroyed his career.
Fake influence. Hey, I'm tripping, I'm
Do you agree? Is Drake played out? Let me know in the comments.
Remember when Jay warned his crew who was coming? Just listen.
Because 50 Cent is coming.
Couple months. He said it to the whole crew.
Because 50 Cent is coming.
This dude 50, y'all gonna have to deal with him in the next couple months. He
He was right, and 50 said if he got in the way he would have got it too.
Jay-Z would have did a song with Ja Rule.
He would have got it like everybody else.
Honestly,
No one's scared of 50 Cent. Well, you know what I mean. I'm just, I want everyone to be clear. No one's scared of 50 Cent.
Why does Jay feel the need to say he is not scared of 50 so many times? 50 or Jay? What do you think? Let me know in the comments.
Drake is in the news again, and not in the best light this time. This all starts a couple weeks back when an unknown gunman lured a guard outside under a false narrative and shot him in the arm. But the story doesn't end there. The Toronto police found his story a little fishy and took him to the department for questioning under the assumption that they were trying to identify a suspect. The guard folded under questioning and is claiming that he was hired to take a bullet in the arm and then inform the responding officers and press that it was the result of a drive-by shooting aimed at Drake's residence. In an attempt to boost Drake's gangster image, if he is telling the truth, this is a major crime that Drake would be held accountable for. Police executed a search warrant of Drake's residence days later and left with several items. Neither the Toronto Police or OVO have released a statement on the matter. The case is not closed. What do you think?
There's a part in a Roc Nation contract that says that people are not allowed to sing about Christ.
Signing a contract with Roc Nation is signing a contract with the devil himself. Nicki may have been onto something this whole time when everyone says she is talking crazy. Now Tory Lanez is found and out about messing with Roc Nation. He was just stabbed up in prison, where he is doing 10 years for allegedly popping Megan Thee Stallion in the foot. He made some sideways comments about Roc Nation and their practices a while back. Now he is paying for them nearly with his life. But he is not the only one who speaks out on Roc Nation for their shady practices. Lots of people are coming forward with stories. The CEO, Denise Perez's own daughter, has brought forth allegations that her mother has had her committed for mental health and drug problems that don't exist. Roc Nation gotta tighten up. What you think? Jay-Z and Nicki are still at it over shares in Tidal music streaming company. Allegedly, Nicki won't sign over her shares of Tidal for the company to be sold completely. Roc Nation has signed up with a South Korean music company who allegedly bought Tidal out and wants full ownership. This was not the original deal that Roc Nation presented to everyone who invested in Tidal. Nicki and several other investors are not pleased with this new info. Nicki claims she was never paid out for her investment and has taken it to social media big time. What do you think?
Glorilla is in trouble again, this time for drinking and driving. The Memphis-born rapper, known for her bold lyrics and sexy, confident style, has been one of the hottest names in hip-hop since signing with Yo Gotti's label CMG. But early this week in Georgia, things took a turn. Police say they pulled her over on suspicion of DUI. The officer, who admitted he didn't even know who she was, asked her to perform a field sobriety test. When she couldn't complete it, Glorilla was placed under arrest. Luckily for fans, she didn't stay behind bars long. After just a few hours, she posted bail and walked free. Will this setback slow down her rise or just add fuel to the fire? Only time will tell.
Jay-Z is back to scamming again, according to the latest leaks from inside his camp. Sources close to Jay say that he is partnered up with a Korean music company and is supposed to be a long-term deal to help the company launch in America. Jay-Z and Roc Nation are allegedly attempting to collect investments for songs that are never coming. Roc Nation was just involved in a similar situation with an overseas company and bad investments. What do you think? Let me know in the comments.
They're saying Drake's security security guard didn't just get shot, he shot himself, on purpose. The rumor? It was all part of a wild stunt to boost Drake's street image. It started when news broke that one of Drake's security guards was shot outside his Toronto mansion. Reports claimed it was a targeted attack, but now, insiders are whispering that the guard may have been paid to take a bullet to the arm, all for publicity. Was this a real hit, or a carefully staged move straight out of a PR playbook? You decide.
Drake's outside a show doing what he does, showing off his expensive jewelry, his watch, earrings, and the matching chain and bracelet. But did you catch who was in the background in the shot of his watch? That's DJ Khaled, who happens to be a fine watch collector himself. Wait till he blows up Drake's little party when he tells us the price of just his watch.
$3 million.
Fuck cancer. This has got to be the nicest thing an artist has ever done for a fan at a show. Drake saw a sign in the crowd at a recent show, and it made him feel something inside. Drake stopped the show, and what he said is the most heartwarming thing I have ever heard at a concert.
We're going to give you $100,000 for you. Drake, you got me.
Drake just made this Fans Day. Drake recently showed up at the Children's Hospital to see a young heart transplant patient on her birthday. Drake is not really known to do this kind of thing a lot, but when he does, he chooses special moments. This is one of those times as he shows his softer side for this fan. The kid is beside herself and can barely get words out at first. They take pictures and chat for a while before saying goodbyes. You can bet this is a birthday this kid is never gonna forget. Blame it on Drizzy.
Drake's new body. Is it hard work or quick outpatient lipo and ab sculpting at its finest? Drake's new body has everyone talking. It came rather quickly. He has also been spotted in Colombia, where a lot of good ab sculpting doctors that are frequented by Hollywood's finest are located. I'll let you be the judge.
Jay-Z is being sued by Nicki Minaj for $100 million for alleged non-payment for her portion of a company Jay-Z sold and apparently Nicki owned a part of. Allegedly, when Jay-Z sold the company Tidal Inc., which was partly owned by several artists, he paid off everyone who invested but Nicki. Nicki has taken to social media to voice her opinion, but Jay has remained silent. We'll have more updates as this plays out. What do you think? The crown of thorns Kendrick Lamar wore at the BET Awards is worth more than you might think. You see, it took 4 men in northern Italy over 1,600 hours to craft. It holds a staggering 137 carats of diamonds set in titanium, crafted by Tiffany & Company and sized just for his head. Can you believe it took 10 months to create? The final cost comes in at around $3 million. The jewelry game is over, fellas.
Did Drake have a nose job recently? Well, the truth is, young Drake's nose has a round shape at the end and the nasal passages are, well, what do you think? Most Hollywood actors, musicians, and other celebrities have had work done. But as far as we can tell, Drake is all real. At least his nose is anyways. Yeah, that's our guess. Putin has some of the tightest security guys there is. You noticed the hand, right? But what all did you miss? Did you see Trump? What about the fake arm? And the fact that this guy is holding a submachine gun with his real arm? But you missed Taylor Swift?
Drake said something that disgusted Bobby Althroff. Drake was on her podcast when she asked about his type of lady, and his answer shocked the young lady.
Wrong with my type.
I'd do it.
Thank you.
She is visibly uncomfortable after his answer, but it doesn't end there. He goes on to call her a degrading term several times later as he laughs about it.
You got a thought, Bobby. You got a little thotty, Bobby.
No.
You got a thought, Bobby.
He was treating her like something he could just take his turn on or something. Is this kind of behavior acceptable from stars like Drake, who are role models to our children? Have you seen the way Jack Dougherty's bodyguard knocks this guy's shoulders together? I mean, it's pure evil.
You got knocked the fuck out, man! You got knocked the fuck out, man!
This little guy never saw it coming. All he is asking is not to be touched. My God, man. At a recent show, a fan jumped on stage with Lil Baby, and you won't believe how he was treated. What do you think? Did security go too far or what? Let me know in the comments. Lil Baby's security guard is a maniac. This guy handles fans that jump on stage like the defensive line in a football game. He ragdolls this guy. What do you think? Did he go too far or what? Let me know what you think in the comments.
Tampa police have released the footage of the murder of rapper Julio Foolio. He was gunned down in Tampa just 2 days after his 26th birthday. The footage released has came from CCTV, hotel security, and even the few Tesla vehicles that happened to be in the parking lot. The cameras show 4 armed gunmen running around the hotel parking lot until they opened fire on the car the rapper arrived in. Never has footage been captured of a cold-blooded hit in progress involving so many suspects. 5 suspects are being held without bond for the crime awaiting trial. R.I.P. Foolio. Tampa police have released the footage of the murder of rapper Julio Foolio. He was gunned down in Tampa just 2 days after his 26th birthday. The footage released has came from CCTV, hotel security, and even the few Tesla vehicles that happened to be in the parking lot. The cameras show 4 armed gunmen running around the hotel parking lot until they opened fire on the car the rapper arrived in. Never has footage been captured of a cold-blooded hit in progress involving so many suspects. 5 suspects are being held without bond for the crime awaiting trial. R.I.P. Foolio. Drake dressed like this before, but now it's bulletproof vest on stage everywhere he goes. Drake does this because of a day in 2024 at his Toronto mansion. One of his security guards was lured outside by an unknown person and shot in the arm and seriously injured. Thankfully, he survived the shooting. The Toronto police have made no arrest in the case.
This